In Kupi Pedy, the local gliding club is preparing to launch its first glider if the weather permits. And this is a milestone moment, especially for Peter Butler, who has worked behind the scenes for years to make this dream a reality. Peter Butler, good afternoon.
How are you going?
Yeah, very well, thank you. What's the name of the gliding club?
It's called Kupi Kupi Coober Pedy Gliding Club, and the Kupi Kupi is with Pidginjara and Inaugural language is whirlwind, and that's what we go up in.
Yes, of course. How's the weather looking for tomorrow?
It's looking pretty good.
Okay. Well, let's hope that it stays that way for you. What made you think Kupi Pedy could do with a gliding club, Peter?
Oh, it goes back a little way. I'm coming 76, and when I was 12, there was a gliding club out from my hometown, which is Balaclava, and it was the Clear Soaring Club in those days. And unfortunately, my mother, she was put in a mental home, and Dad used to give me £1 to go out there, and I was sort of looked after by a family of people,
Yeah. So this became your family, the gliding club at Balaclava.
Yes, yeah. It's now called the Balaclava Gliding Club because they bought the land,
Yeah. Okay, so you've had a love for this. Were you able to go gliding at the Balaclava Club when you were just a young kid, Peter?
Oh yeah, I went solo, and I did a lot of flying,
Yeah, all right. Well, that's good. You're the perfect man to try and get a gliding club up in Kupi Pedy. What have been some of the challenges along the way, Peter?
Oh, challenges. You name it. We've had a lot of problems. Yeah. While I'm talking here, I'd like to introduce you to JR from Millicent. This wouldn't happen if it wasn't for those boys. And it just goes to show you need friends in life.
Yeah, you do. So what have they done to be able to help?
Yeah.
G'day, Narelle. It's JR here. What we've done is just kind of push the barrow that Pete sort of loaded up for us to do. And, we've come up, we've rolled the strips, we've just erected a windsock so we can actually fly from here tomorrow, so that'll be good. I kind of sympathise with Pete's dream, and we've got a fair swag of Millicent Gliding Club members up here helping to realise that dream for him.
Well, that's really good, JR. When did you start working on this?
Long time ago.
Probably 7 years ago. The Kupi Pedy guys bought a glider, and there were some people that said that it wasn't any good, and I had a look at it and I said, well, I can make it good. So that's what I've done, and we've brought that glider up with us so we've got something to fly here.
So you rebuilt a glider for them?
Refurbished a glider.
Refurbished a lot of work.
Oh, well, excellent work that you've done. So how do you get the glider in the air tomorrow?
There's a winch out here, so I don't know, for want of a better word, it's like reeling in a fish, if you like. So we've got a rope on a drum that provides forward speed for the glider, and we climb that into the air.
Describe that a little bit more for me with the winch. So the winch is on the ground, is it?
Yeah, it's mounted onto a truck.
Yeah.
It's a V8 engine driving a drum, which is like your rear wheels of the car, and you select drive and put the power on. It reels the rope onto the drum. That gives us forward speed for the glider, and then the wings of the glider do the work.
This sounds a little bit like the same way in which, as a kid, I would run and get my kite to take flight.
Similar, except that the kite spring stays motionless, as you would, whereas this, we're actually reeling the rope in.
Yes. Okay, so the winch is not moving, but the rope is moving. And then how do you detach the rope from the glider once it's up in the air?
So there's a release built into the glider that we pull the handle inside and it lets the cable go.
Is this the way gliders are usually put up in the air, JR?
It depends on where you are. So there's probably a minority of clubs nowadays that still operate winches, but a lot of the bigger clubs are operating tow planes, so the aero tow. But I think winch launching is far more exciting and definitely a lot cheaper than being behind an aeroplane.
Yes, yeah, I imagine that it would be, and it makes you a little bit more self-sufficient too, because presumably you don't need a pilot to run the winch.
No, well, we have a winch driver, which is someone that's that we train up to be able to drive the winch and recognise any problems that may occur on the launch. So that, yeah.
I'll be honest, JR, I've only ever heard of a tow plane being used previously. I had no idea that a winch was something that you could use to get a glider in the air. So fantastic to hear that this is technology that's available and this is what you're going to be using there in Coober Pedy. Who's going to get the first flight?
Well, fortunately or unfortunately, it'll be me.
Why unfortunately?
I did the work on the glider.
So you have to test it?
Yeah.
All right, what's the glider look like?
It's a fiberglass glider. It's a Twin Astir, so it's a 1980 vintage glider.
Yep.
So built in 1980. Very robust fiberglass. Two-seater. So it's a training glider as well as anything else that we can do. We can take people for flights in it.
And how do you bring it into land?
With
I heard Peter in the background say carefully.
so that was Renner, another guy from Millicent. But it's quite. So you fly a circuit exactly like you would with any other aeroplane,
Yep.
and all the controls on the glider are exactly the same as an aeroplane, with the exception of we don't have an engine, and we have dive brakes which we can control our descent with. The only exception to us is that we only get one shot at a landing. You can't push the throttle forward and go around if you make a mistake.
Yeah, for sure.
You've got to have it right the first time, so
Yeah.
that makes glider pilots better pilots.
Excellent. How did you get the glider from Millicent to Coober Pedy?
On its trailer.
And what's that like? Is that a wide load on the road or?
No, it's not. But it's what are we? We're about 4 metres across, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe not even that. That would be that.
Will Peter get to go up tomorrow if the weather's okay?
That's up to Pete. I would really, really love him to be in the glider.
Yeah.
I'm not that well at the moment.
Okay.
So, yeah, there's Pete's got some health issues, so whether we can get him in and out of the glider, that's another thing.
But that glider now is going to stay at Coober Pedy, is it, JR?
Yeah, Pete's got a shed in town that we can park it in when it's finished, when we're finished here with it.
Awesome.
What I hope that we can do is we can come up in our winter in the southeast. It's too wet for us to fly.
Yep.
So we come up here during our winter time and fly from Coober Pedy and still sort of run the gliding club from here. So that'll be all right.
Excellent. Well, I wish you well in what happens tomorrow. I don't know how you wish a glider pilot good luck. Is there a special way?
We can't say, talk about it.
Good to meet you both. Great to talk with you. All the best for tomorrow. You have a hearing there from JR and also earlier from Peter Butler, and they're part of the Kupi Kupi Coober Pedy Gliding Club, ready to take its first flight tomorrow. You're on ABC Radio South Australia on Broken Hill.
High launch, Kupi Kupi gliding site.
heard that before together.
Get a shot.
Locals like Robin Hood and the sheriff of I couldn't find him.